Welcome back guys to another Synchro King of Games video. We got a lot of new stuff between the Dark Side of Dimensions update and the new Dark Dimension main box, but we didn't get a lot of Synchro deck support. This run was a coin flip between Thunder Dragons with the small Synchro engine and Karakuri, which received support in the form of 4 cards or so. Seeing as how I already uploaded an amazing Thunder Dragon video, I decided to go for Karakuri despite the other Karakuri video I happened to drop right before I knew the deck was getting support. It's still fun for me regardless, and I did manage to incorporate some of the minimal support we got from the box. Unfortunately, I didn't get to stream the run, but I did snag all 5 replays, which is pretty decent, especially the last one. Karakuris haven't changed too much with the new support. The goal of the deck remains the same, and it does maintain some of the same weaknesses as before. The key struggle the deck has in the current meta is lack of offensive power and recovery. With beatdown, this deck can hold its own a lot better, but unfortunately you lose out on consistency by doing so, since your level 2 Searcher and Merchant is rarely compatible. Because of this, Gold Dust surprisingly makes a return to the deck, enabling some brutal OTKs and pushes through big monsters. Combined with Clash, you can effectively cut down bigger monsters while protecting your own, as losing our board advantage can be devastating. Thanks to the rank revamp, we're still seeing a whole bunch of random decks on the ladder, and I'm not going to complain about it anymore, because if I was facing Dark Lords all day, I probably would have been picking games with this deck. But as you see here, we're facing Red Eyes, and we do open pretty badly. And that's one of the weaknesses of this deck. If you don't have your level 3 tuner with a double normal summon, the deck struggles to get rolling quickly. But unfortunately, this guy, he misplayed and didn't realize that Watchdog switches the defense. So we do get the free win here. 1 card away. And if we didn't get a combo going, he probably would have killed us. So we did get lucky there that we were able to come back, but Gold Dust did help right there, as you saw. Now, Gold Dust usually enables OTKs by if you normal summon your tuner and then level augmentation to Beret. If you use the level 2 Merchant, you'll get to search Gold Dust, and when Beret summon, he gets to summon level 4 Nisamu to the field. Once you get over 1 monster with Beret, you can use Gold Dust on Nisamu, give Beret's attack points to Nisamu, and that's 4,000 life points in a clear board. That's not always going to happen, but that's pretty much the easiest OTK you can get if you're lucky and you get away from back row. Unfortunately, this second one right here is a free win. This guy must have been skill farming or something, so we got to take it. Another new card we got from the box was Karakuri Klock. It's a trap card that's basically Mirror Force. When your opponent attacks a defense position monster, you destroy all their face-up monsters. I didn't run it because it's pretty easy to play around if you search it with your level 2. But if you don't search it, you're not always going to have a Karakuri in defense mode, so it can be dead. I'm not entirely sure if it'll still trigger if your monster switches to defense mode, because it says when the monster declares an attack, so I need to experiment with him more. I tried it on stream, but it didn't work out. For now, I just stuck with Treacherous for situations like this where we prevented a very scary fusion summon from coming out. But here you'll see the OTK I was telling you about. So, bread and butter play, level augmentation into Beret, summon Nisamu from the deck. And while this is an obvious OTK, 2600 plus 1400, even if he had a monster and I swung over it, I could have used Gold Dust on the Nisamu and still got 4,000 lethal. Now this next matchup was scary for me because I saw Crowler. Now, Crowler's one of the most used characters in the game right now because of beatdown. But when I see Crowler, I automatically think Middle Age Mechs, and Karakuri, unfortunately, this is the whole reason we got kicked off the tier list, because of Ancient Gears. Now, for whatever reason, we see a Neos Fusion, so we're good. We can fix ourselves from this. We already have a tuner on our hands, so we're going to go for something different. And we're going to go for Bureido. Now, he did dump Bacon Saver, so initially I was thinking, alright, this is going to take some work to push through. But there is one small chance I have to win in this turn, and it all depends on how my opponent reacts. So with Bureido, we're able to summon the level 3 tuner from the deck. From here, we go into our bread and butter combo. Same thing, we're going to summon Beret and then summon a Nisamu. Now, I do get a little greedy here, and I wait until the damage step to see what my opponent does, and he doesn't use Bacon Saver. So from here we have a clear OTK through Gold Dust and Flash. He can't use Bacon Saver during the damage step, so once we got his attack points to 0, clear 4,000, we were able to push through for victory. Had we not done that, I don't know how that duel would have went, but we got lucky there. So the last duel is of course against the most famous deck in the game right now, Dark Lords. Now, when I did see it initially, I did get worried because this deck is pretty difficult to beat even with a regular deck, let alone a rogue non-tier deck like Karakuri right now. I did still decide to try regardless. It doesn't seem like he opened like crazy broken since he just left the monster defense mode. No trap, no banishment or anything, so I'm gonna push as hard as I can to see if I could get lethal. I do make a crazy misplay here, and it's unfortunate because like I could have saved myself a whole bunch of trouble for the rest of this duel. But what I could have done was just leave the Clash in my hand and do the same exact play you just saw in the last duel. Now, regardless if he had Tez in his hand or whatever, since his graveyard didn't have anything relevant, I could have OTK'd him right there, but since I was like in permanent fear of like the tier 1 deck, I just I goofed on that one. Now I do take a risk here and banish the banishment with CC, and that's only because I don't want him to search anything later on. So if I didn't do that, he could have used banishment, use his effect to activate banishment from the grave, search contact and get 3 monsters on board, and that would have been crazy. But we do get lucky here. We get a third synchro play right here, and you get to see one of the best level 7s in the game probably come out. Samurai Destroyer is basically like Armades, but a better version, and our opponent, we out-resourced him, so he lost. But basically, he had to do something before Samurai Destroyer started attacking, so he used the trap to gain life effects. But that was the King of Games run. It did take me a lot more tries than, it's not as easy as it looks, but I worked hard and we got it done. 3 tuners, the Komachi because she gives you double normal summon, she's pretty stable at 3. Merchant is stable at 3, he searches any Karakuri card in the deck. 1 Watchdog, having more copies doesn't really do enough for you, but he is good to summon from the deck with your Synchro Monster, so that's a nice combo to get going. I didn't get to showcase his full potential, but basically if you crash into a monster, he doesn't get destroyed by battle and your monsters gain attack points, so you can get over bigger monsters another way that way. CC's for back row, Cash Caster Search. I only like 1 copy because it gets bricky if you have no monsters. 3 Clash to protect your monsters, 1 Anatomy. We don't have the draw 2 combo here since we need as much synchro power as we can, but 1 Anatomy in the opening hand is pretty nice. Gold Dust we talked about, and 2 Treacherous Trap Holes just to have another defensive card that'll help stop opponents. 3 Nisamu is important and not 2 this time because decks nowadays can really run through you pretty easily, so if you keep summoning him, you can eventually avoid lethal and get a play going. You don't want to end up in that situation, but in here you have no choice. Samurai Destroyer we talked about, best level 7 in the game for this deck. If he leaves the field, you get to bring back any machine from your graveyard, including Synchro Monsters. You didn't see that in the video, but it's pretty nuts in this deck. Bureido's not as good as Beret, unfortunately, but he does have more attack points, and you get to draw a card when a monster's position is changed, so that's good. Beret is still the MVP, your bread and butter synchro that you want to go into. His effect to change positions is actually relevant, as you saw against Dark Lord, so it's still good. I'm out of time, unfortunately, but this is pretty much a fun deck. I don't think it's ready to get back on the tier list yet, but hopefully we do get the OCG support in the future. Subscribe to my Twitch, subscribe to YouTube, and stay tuned for the next video.